Kristian Hawkins responds to pro-choice students saying baby born after a failed abortion is not a baby. Kristian Hawkins, president of Students for Life in America, recently went viral for a back and forth she had with a college student at Boston College when the pro-choice student argued that a child who survives an abortion is not a child because the abortionist determined it. Here's the exchange during the question and answer session between Hawkins and the pro-choice student. Hawkins, do you think that the children that are apprehended at the border in U.S. government care, whether it is a U.S. government or Catholic relief agency that's being contracted by the government, do you think that babies who are going to die should be resuscitated and be given care? Student, yes. Hawkins, okay, do you believe that a baby who is born alive during an abortion at Planned Parenthood should get care? Student, no. Hawkins, what's the difference? Because I am going to answer your question. I actually wrote down your points, but I want to know from you, what is the difference? Why do you care about a mom who risked a dangerous journey through Mexico, through Central America, put her life, her child's life at risk? Why do you care that we should use taxpayer dollars? So say she crosses the border, her child is severely malnourished and dehydrated. So she comes across the border and she has a baby in her arms that is dying, right? Should we pay for that child's health care? Student, yes. Hawkins, if a child is born alive during an abortion procedure because sometimes the abortionist misses the heart when administering the dioxin, should the abortionist have to provide health care to that child? Student, no. Hawkins, why? Student, because they are performing an abortion and they have already determined that it is not a baby. I know you're telling me that science is one thing, but Hawkins interrupts. You just said they determined it's not a baby. How can an abortionist determine it is not a baby? Why is it not a baby? That's what I want you to tell me, is why you think it's not a baby. Student, because it's a fetus and it hasn't been born yet. Hawkins, but if it has been born and this baby comes out of utero and the dioxin has not been successfully in inducing cardiac arrest and this baby is alive. Student, well, first of all, I think that's a really rare occasion, so I don't think it's all abortions. Hawkins, it is rare, but it does happen. A group of abortion survivors were just at the White House. So if it does happen, do you think it is a baby? Student, no. That's a shocking answer. And my question is, why doesn't this student see that this is a baby? Why have so many stopped seeing a baby in the womb as a baby? Well, folks, what we're seeing in this student's answer is just history repeating itself. In a 1948 speech to the House of Commons, Winston Churchill said, "Those who do not learn history are doomed to repeat it." In the Holocaust, the Nazis had a complex strategy of dehumanization. The Nazi propaganda machine promoted the lie that Jews were not human. The image of the Jewish parasite was the ultimate expression of this. The Nazis had to first dehumanize the Jewish people so they could commit mass violence and eliminate them. Planned Parenthood uses the same strategies as the Nazis in promoting their agenda of abortion. Their propaganda machine dehumanizes babies in the womb by calling them a fetus or a blob of tissue and cells. So mass violence can be committed against them and they can be eliminated without a guilty conscience. Now, recently, the lawmakers have graduated from babies in the womb to babies outside the womb if the child happens to survive the abortion attempts. Between 1941 to 1945, 6 million Jews were killed in the Holocaust. And if we take into account all the victims and different people groups of Nazi persecution, the death toll rises to 17 million people. Compare that to the National Right of Life Committee that claims there have been more than 65 million abortions. Make no mistake, abortion is our modern day Holocaust.